What's next?
Next up, Bandit Tycoon.
Oh,
Izoku.
baby.
Oh baby, this one
This
is pretty
one's
spicy.
this one's super spicy. So they've spent a long time working on improving Bandit Tycoon. Um, they gave it what is it, White Smoke, which is just a veil and
Mirror image.
mirror image for everybody. They gave it Springs Gates so that the drawback of requiring something to be in break was taken away.
Especially since your skill 1 required break.
Yeah, and now so the bounty success rate thing, it's kind of memetic. It's just
Look, it's 46% bounty success rate. What could possibly go wrong?
it's so many levels of bounty success rate. Like when I looked at this the first time, I just laughed because they've been pushing this for so long with the freaking storyteller. The storyteller is an awful weapon, by the way,
Yeah,
and
it's bad.
it's still awful because all three of its emblems affect um, freaking the bounty hunt skill. It's like one of them is AOE bounty hunt. You're like, who needs this? Why is
Who
this?
needs an AoE bounty hunt?
Like, why is this a thing? Um, but yeah, like
3600 attack though. That's pretty nice number.
mm-hmm. And then so the new support skill is important. So supplemental damage when bounty hunter is 9 or above, and
Above is there because skill bounty hunt 10 exists.
because on Damascus knife and on TN um,
130.
Transcendence, yeah. Uh,
And the cap, by the way, for that for having that is 100k supplemental damage.
mm-hmm,
Huh,
mm-hmm.
supplemental damage. Tien likes supplemental damage.
You know who else likes supplemental damage? You at level 30, because when you do use your break assassin or crack shot, salted wound, all of the miscellaneous names of this weapon this skill has
Crack shot 3,
bonus superior elemental damage effect.
30%.
And 30% is, a relatively average number, but as any Narmea can look at you in the right in the face and say, when you're hitting for 2+ million with that auto attack, then any chaser is insane. 30%, 10%, 50%, like they're all good, and you want to
I
stack as
mean,
many of them as possible. And there are setups that I've seen with like, they're remember how I said that any chaser is a good chaser? Yeah, there's a
yeah.
setup that uses fairy again. Fairy is back, kind of. It's like fairy and then the Najan um, shell, and they're bringing it to like Animus core,
Yeah, that
and
makes sense.
the MC is doing like 2.7 million autos with a 30% chaser that's 810k chaser from Crackshot with the
And then there's
50%
also
from
fairies.
Heinrichten. It's like, yeah, it's 100 million damage in a turn. And then you're like, this is I've gotten top 6. I'm going to leave this to everybody else because everybody else wants to be here for the agonizes. It also works because so many people are leveling Bandit Tycoon right now, and they join the Animus cores. They bounty hunt and then they leave, and they're like, my job is done. And you're like, thank you for the bounty hunt. I will now do insanely large amounts of damage. Thank you.
So, Spring Gate is such a good skill with this thing.
Springs Gate was necessary for the continued health of this class. Honestly,
It's beautiful. I love it.
yeah. And so I'm using it. I've been using it already, and I'm using it again, and I'm gonna keep using it. So
Big
thanks,
Damahe.
thanks, Games. All right, what's after
I
Bandit
mean, I'm definitely
Tycoon?
using this with fire because I can get 10 stacks really easily.
Yeah. Weird how that works. Weird how you get that 50% chaser and guaranteed triple attack with Bandit Tycoon, and it's good, huh? I never would have seen that
Yeah,
one coming. He says
yeah,
the person who plays Alan Hunt with Bandit
yeah.
Tycoon.
Surprise. All
Surprise.
right, next up, uh, Chaos Ruler. When was the last time you actually used this before, Dom?
I actually use it to solo Beelzebub.
Okay. I usually use a Robin Hood for that.
Daggers are way better for water as main hands than bows, and so I
Yeah,
do
but
that.
I also don't use water in that
Yeah,
fight.
yeah. So this is my Chaos Ruler team. Um, and yeah, the other thing about it is that like, uh, Chaos Ruler has much more stable gravity cooldowns. It has
Higher
yeah.
hit rate on gravity.
hmm So there's a lot of reasons to use Chaos Ruler, but people sort of grew out of it, especially since a lot of the high-end bosses weren't affected by unpredictable anymore. Defense down, attack down just didn't work. So it's just like, why be a Chaos Ruler when, like, it used to be that the Chaos Ruler's main job was to land Miserable Mist reliably, land Gravity reliably, and then either, like, Quick Down or Blind or just whatever other debuff of choice. And that wasn't needed anymore, and so you don't really Chaos Ruler.
But
Yeah.
now,
So how much debuff suck do you get?
all right, so 50% debuff resistance, 24% debuff success rate. That's on top of the amount of debuff success rate you already naturally have from the class itself.
hmm
And then also 20% charge bar gain.
The 20% charge bar gain is hugely important because Chaos Ruler is one of the most multi-attack deficient classes in the game. It is so sad single attacking with this guy, and you're just like, I just
I mean, with your base multi attack of 7% DA and 3% TA. Ooh, buddy.
yeah. And so this is important. This is important for the class. The new support skill is insane. So one turn cut to debuff skill cooldowns on top of your already Chaos Ruler
Skill
skill,
cooldowns.
one skill cut to everything. So once again, it's really good for spamming out unpredictable. Is really good for putting out and landing gravity. Um, and
Yeah,
so,
unpredictable becomes a 4-turn cooldown.
mhm. And so, like, actually, yeah, the other thing that I would do with Chaos Ruler is that I have a Luo soloing team that uses Chaos Ruler because it's just for 40% and below against Luo, you just want to have all of the slows. But anyway, speaking of all of the slows, Stall
Stall
3.
3.
It's
That's
all
icon sick.
yeah, it's always been one of the best skills in the game. Uh, like that, this was one of the main reasons that we told people starting the game, get Dark Fencer. The first thing to happen is Dark Fencer. Yeah, Invelic is in chat
Just
and going one
delay.
turn bounty hunter. I saw that too. It's like, hey, wait, one turn bounty hunter. It's like, what does this do? We don't know yet, but
You,
it's just really
you know
fun.
what you know what we could do? So there's a character in Earth who likes shooting lightning, you see, right?
hmm
It's a 1-turn lightning.
yeah, press that button every turn on the MC. Shoot lightning bolts with Lovelia.
Yeah.
Except that remember, for those of you who don't remember this, Bounty Hunter is not affected by debuff success rate. Because it's not technically a debuff. It is Bounty Hunter. And so,
And a meme half the time.
yeah. And so it is only affected by a passive that specifically says, like treasure hunt / bounty hunt success rate. AKA the one that's on Bandit Tycoon.
Anyway, so the your stackable attack and defense down from this is 10% for each, up to 30%.
hmm But it's on a button you're encouraged to press a bunch anyway because it's a 4-turn cooldown on delay. So, you know,
Yeah, that's really good.
I like what they do with Chaos Ruler. Like I've always enjoyed the Chaos Ruler aesthetic, and I just enjoy the playstyle of just having absolute control over the fight. And that was one of the reasons I was actually happy to bring it back out of cold storage for Beelzebub and for Luo, was because like yeah, I'm in charge. I have all of the control over time. I am the time mage. So happy with these changes. What's up next?
Some on the opposite end of the spectrum of a multi-attacking, Luchador.
Freaking Luchador. So going into this, we knew that Luchador is one of the most popular classes in the game. There is nothing like it, because specifically tag team. But there's also the effect of the passive. Like there's a lot of the Luchador kit that matters, but mostly it's tag team.
All right, going over the stats: 4,000 attack, 600 HP, 30% DA, and 66% TA.
So the 30% DA, 6% TA, I'm actually kind of happy with because It is so sad when you are the only character on your team who single attacks on the tag team turn.
You already had high multi attack. That's just bad luck.
I'm just saying, okay?
All
All
right,
right.
all right. I still remember this one time, Dom, that you're complaining about Shalem being the only character without the guaranteed multi attack, and I'm like, no, this is a horrible thing to complain about.
Hey, I see the horrible complaints all the time. I'm allowed one or two every once in a while. All right, next up.
Anyways,
So we already mentioned that like Luchador doesn't need help, and so they get seriously buffed. Their buffs can't be removed, which it's one of those things where there's always all sorts of situations where this comes up. For example, when you get hit by phosphorus, all of your buffs get removed.
not for MC.
Not for MC anymore. So you keep all your buffs when you get hit by phosphorus when you're a mastered luchador. Neat, but not like game breaking. Then the upgraded knife hand strike. Knife hand strike is one of luchador's worst
Koyo.
features.
I like this icon. It's just saying, "Come fight me."
Yeah. Well, you know what this is a reference to, right? Have you ever watched a wrestling match where at a certain
Yes,
point, it goes into a
Dom showed it to me before.
the chop fight, and so that's it. That's what this is. Anyway, so you get jammed
Yeah,
on it.
you get jammed.
Okay, that's
It's all
fine.
right.
It's not the greatest. It's not the worst, but
Your class was already good enough as is. You didn't need anything.
your class was great. We're moving on. What's next?
Next up, Nighthound.
I have a Nighthound team somewhere. Let me find it.
I'll just say the numbers already.
All right,
2200 attack, 12% damage cap, not get damage cap, damage, 20% damage cap. That's the better number.
20% skill damage cap, right?
Yes, for skills. This is
Mm-hmm.
a skill class.
Mm-hmm. So skill damage cap, attack, and then I'm still laughing at this, where it's like, oh yeah, every class, not every element has its sniper yet. It's Summer Silva, it's Light Silva, Water Leisha, Nobita now.
Now you can be the Silva
It's me. I'm the Silva now. On
because
any chamber
you're able to displace yourself into the back row using technical relocation.
or change, yeah. I mean, this one's a funny meme. We're moving on.
Right now, evasive maneuvers.
So you always had the takes no damage. You always had the dodge all on it. You always had the attack up on it. The blind happened on dodge, if I remember right. Yeah.
Correct. But
Now
now,
it also delays and dispels.
yeah, that's kind of cool.
Neat. Um,
Anyways,
you still need to actually use it on a turn where you know you're going to be attacked. So, for example, like the Maverick,
B2.
yeah, V2 or Maverick or something like that. Then yeah, it's nice. But yeah, we're all Silva now. That one's funny. I don't think it's strong compared to everything else that we've gotten here, but I think it's creative, and I give them points